Hey guys, it's Champion Marks here for another Pokemon narrated Wi-Fi battle. This is a battle I had versus AngelOfTheNight091, one of my favorite YouTubers, just on YouTube in general. Anyway, let's get started. I lead off with my Latios, expecting her to lead off with her usual lead Pokemon, which is Simipour, or really anything else. But she leads off with Houndoom, expecting my Ferrothorn. Goes for the Sucker Punch, and yeah, kills me. I was thinking she'd go for Pursuit, expecting me to switch, but looking back, that's kind of stupid that I thought that, because why would she go for Pursuit? Because yeah, she's slower than me, so if she did, I could have stayed in and killed her. But whatever. Just send in Infernape, because Infernape is the best thing to send in, because she really doesn't have anything to eat a close combat, aside from this Zapdos, which I kind of forgot she had, so I was just like, duh, derp, why didn't I remember she had this? But anyway. Yeah, I hit it with close combat. It does a good chunk, but not enough to make me feel safe staying in and going for the Flare Blitz, because, yeah, if I don't kill it with a Flare Blitz, then it's going to wreck me with a Thunderbolt, and I'm going to lose one of my best Pokemon for this battle, because it outspeeds pretty much everything she has, and hits two of her main attackers, or most, two of her bulkiest attackers anyway, super effectively. So I switched into Heatran to take the Thunderbolt. Don't know why I didn't go for a U-turn to switch, but whatever. Take it with more than half, so that's good. I can get the Toxic off on it, though arguably could have played this better, because switching to Ferrothorn probably would have been a better idea, because and probably might have not have went for the Thunderbolt. Might probably wouldn't have went for the Heat Wave, is what I'm trying to say. So there really wasn't that much of a threat switching into Ferrothorn. And I do know that this Zapdos is spexed, so if it went for Thunderbolt, would have been locked into it. My Ferrothorn could have just set up all over this thing, and well, not really set up, but set up spikes anyway. Go for the Protect to get some just residual toxic damage on this thing, rack it up a little bit, but don't want to go for the double protect because Heatran is going to be way too useful walling that Houndoom later in this match. So really, I just want to get the hell out of here and go into my Ferrothorn, because it can take the Thunderbolts a lot better than Heatran can, because it resists. And I'm not sure what Ferrothorn's special defense is, but it is still pretty naturally high. Anyway, I take it pretty well. Does a decent chunk for a resisted move anyway. And here, I don't know why I went for the Leech Seed. I should have went for the Protect, because if I did, I wouldn't have taken any damage from this Thunderbolt, and yeah, I would have had a lot more HP left. But it actually does give me a little bit of a gift from that with the Parahacks, and you're probably wondering how Parahacks can be a gift, because it'll screw you over like 7 times up the butt before the match is even over. But in this match, I actually don't get Parahaxed all that much. That right there, I think, was the only time I even get Parahaxed in this match, but whatever. Zapdos dies to the Toxic, which is good. She brings in Houndoom, and yeah. I switch out to my Heatran, because the fire move is pretty obvious. I'm not really sure why she's playing so obvious. I've seen her predict a lot more, usually, but whatever. Goes for the Fire Blast, I get the Flash Fire, and I don't know why she stays in here, because all she really has to hit me with is Thunderfang, and there's really nothing threatening her from switching out. But anyway, goes for the Thunderfang. She doesn't do a whole hell of a lot, and I get to set up my Stealth Rocks, which is okay, because it'll do some damage to her Pokemon when they switch in, which is, nice. And, here I just gonna have a little mini stall as I, just continuously go for Protects and get some leftovers back, and try to stall her Hout. Yes, Hout, because Hout is a word. I try to stall her out with Toxic, because I do decide to throw a Toxic on her this turn to you know, speed up killing this Houndoom and not needing to switch out and risk taking a hit. But anyway, yeah. Get some poison damage on it. I just go for Protect. She uses Thunderfang, doesn't do anything, and, you know, Toxic starts to rack up. This turn, I think I try to go for a double Protect, just for the lols, and she goes for Pursuit for some reason, expecting me to switch. I don't know. Even if I did, that still wouldn't have killed, because it's a weak as hell and resisted move. But anyway, on this turn, I was sort of hoping that the Thunderfang would kill me, but sadly it doesn't, because it just doesn't have the power that Wild Charge does. But whatever, I go for Lava Plume, because, I don't know, don't really have anything better to do, and Heatran isn't really going to help me in the match at all. Maybe if she'd switched, I could have got a burn on something. I don't know. But anyway, Houndoom dies to the poison, and yeah, really, yeah, well, now that I think about it, Heatran not dying actually was a good thing, because I get to scout what she brings in, and yeah, if it was her Rhyperior or her Snorlax, I could have easily just threw Toxic on either of them. Sends in their Simipour. Not really too concerned about this thing, even though she does manage to use this thing pretty darn well in OU, so I don't know how, but she does. But whatever. I don't seem to have that much luck with using lower tier stuff in OU, but other people do. Don't know why. I go to my Jellicent, which arguably was a stupid play, because I could have saved this thing for a lot more. But whatever. Goes for the Grass Knot, does. I think that was like 25% or something. I don't know. I go for the Will-O-Wisp. Miss. Not a physical attacker, so it doesn't really matter. Would have been nice if I had gotten it, but yeah, what can you do? She goes for Nasty Plot now, which is not the best, because now she's going to be doing about half to my Jellicent, which, considering that I would have to recover spam in order to actually live any of her hits, that's not really that good. But anyway, go for the Will-O-Wisp. It hits this time, thankfully, and yeah, now I'm going to be getting some residual damage on this guy. Woot. But yeah, here I believe she goes for the Grass Knot, and it does a crap ton. Does like, I don't know, 60, 65% maybe even. Not really sure. But yeah, it does a hell of a lot. And I live it with 36, which is, I thought I'd live that a lot better, so I'm assuming she got max damage, because if that wasn't max damage, then I am dead in this next turn, because it'll do more than I actually recover back with Recover and Leftovers. But whatever. Anyway, get the leftovers, so I'm hopefully in survival range of the next Grass Knot. She gets some burn damage, which is good, because that means that there's a higher chance of my Jellicent being able to kill this thing with Shadow Ball. Does go for the Grass Knot. It does a hell load. Like, that thing did just short of a metric fuck ton. But anyway, I live with 7, which is good. I go for the Shadow Ball, and unfortunately I do get a crit here, though Simipour does have very lackluster defenses, so I'm going to go on a limb and say that that didn't matter. Could have, but, well, actually, now that I think about it, it didn't matter. The only thing that would have happened if she had lived, she would have got her Pataya boost and probably died to burn. Or I would have just switched into Infernape and killed with a Mach Punch. But anyway, she goes into her Snorlax, and I quickly check up how fast Jellicent is. Thankfully, it's faster than Snorlax, because Snorlax never really carries any speed, so the chances of Snorlax outspeeding Jellicent are pretty slim. She was really surprised that I went for that Will-O-Wisp there. So maybe she was like looking away when I got the original burn on her Simipour and thought that maybe I'd got it off a Scald or something. I don't know. But whatever. Now that our Snorlax is burned, that's pretty darn good, because that means that it's going to be pretty much useless, because I know that her Snorlax is actually choice banded, so it won't be able to rest off the burn later in the match, which is good, because, yeah, that means it's pretty much crippled. But anyway, Rhyperior comes in here, as I predicted, and I go for Leech Seed, which is awesome, because now I'm going to be getting back Leech Seed damage from this Rhyperior, considering Rhyperior is really bulky, and the fact that I know this thing carries a substitute, because I do watch Angel's battles. I'm basically set to stall this thing out to all hell. And yeah, all she's really going to do is just go for the substitutes, hoping that I get a Parahacks. And knowing my luck, I probably would, but for some reason, Parahacks decides to love me this match and not even give me any Parahaxes, really. But yeah, go for the Gyro Ball. Rhyperior is very defensive because it has like, I don't know, 140, gonna go out there and say base defense or something crazy like that. I don't know. But anyway, because I am paralyzed, Gyro Ball's got a huge boost, so even though this Rhyperior is slow as balls, I'm still gonna be able to do a crap ton to it with my Gyro Ball. And get some Leech Sheet back, which is nice because that means she's not recovering any HP with her leftovers. Matter of fact, that means she's losing it faster than anything. I go for another Gyro Ball, expecting her to go for substitute, try and do more Parahacks stalling stuff, but switches out into Snorlax, and I go for the Gyro Ball, and it actually does a surprisingly high amount, but then again, I guess that's compliments of the paralyzed, because if I wasn't paralyzed, that really wouldn't have done anything at all, because Snorlax has base 30 and Ferrothorn has base 20 in speed, so really wouldn't have been that big of a difference. But anyway, burn takes its toll. I know it's going to die to the burn, so I just go for a protect, hoping that I wouldn't get paralyzed, but I don't. And, you know, Fire Punch fails, Snorlax dies. Which is awesome, because that means that this thing is, you know, just gone. Anyway, Rhyperior comes back in. Really, at this point, I'm thinking the match is mine, because all she has left is Haxorus and this Rhyperior. Rhyperior's not going to be doing a whole hell of a lot unless it crit spams me and paralyzes me to hell, which, knowing my luck, really wouldn't be that out of the question. But anyway, she does get the crit, but I actually return crit her, which, considering I had a paralyze, probably didn't even matter, but, you know, crit for crit still. Anyway, I am at, 120-odd HP after leftovers, so I know that Haxorus's Earthquake is not really that much of a threat. Well, not because of my HP, but because I have a flying type. But anyway, really all she can do is Outrage spam and hope that it works. But anyway, Outrage just goes for the Outrage, does nothing, really. I'm not even going to be a 2-hit KO. Get some Iron Barbs on her, and I think I go for a Gyro Ball, or I get a Gyro Ball off. Parahacks just loved me this match for some reason. I just don't know why. Usually it spams me to the point where I just barely escape with doing anything that actually lets me win. But anyway, goes for another Outrage. Thanks to the fact that I have leftover, it's not going to be a KO, and on top of it, I think she even gets the 2-turn instead of 3-turn Outrage here, as she gets hit by Iron Barbs. But whatever. Good game, Angel. It was pretty fun, a lot funner than the match we had before this one, and a hell of a lot closer, so yeah. Hope you get that Pokemon League on Snowpoint Temple going soon, but anyway, comment, rate, sub, and later, guys.